Hello everyone, my name is Wei Fen. I'm come from China and university, and thank for the great project and have this a chance to join you and give this presentation to you. My presentation, the name is the influence of the daily surface temperature fluctuations on soil slope stability. Yeah, first one, this is a presentation online. The first part is the influence of the temperature fluctuations on cloud soil properties. And the second part is the influence of a change in soil properties on soil slope stability, and some properly depends on luminical stabilization. And this is the thematic the behaviors of a cloud soil are affected by the temperature change. You will find the temperature change will affect the metabolic properties and the metabolics of the water soil and lead to the crack of the soil. The last part, because of this change, soil metabolic changes and the molecule of the water soil changes will affect the soil slope stability. So I want to study the soil slope stability influenced by the temperature change. You will find I made these pictures. You will find the head, the herding change will lead to the daily the temperature change. You will find some the creek were catched by the temperature changed, and they will influence the soil slope stability. Yeah, it's very cartoon. Uh, Being the short group in Nigeria University focus on the temperature, the effect on engineering properties of the carried soil, are taken through the types of curiosity in Nanjing as the test samples 5 to 45 degree as the director shared the test temperature range. A series of the experiment starts have been done in the temperature effects on the engineering properties of the three types of the collect soils, including the opposite, the water contact, swelling properties and stress, etc. You'll find this table that is the data from the laboratory. You will find the physical and the chemical the properties of the three types of collect soil. Mm, you will find different experiment Corio Sawyer the modern, and you will find these properties of the three different types of the cloud soils. The first part, affected of the temperature on the strength of the colors, the soils. You will find this experiment temperature, and you will find some data of the soil, collect soil in laboratory test and the strengthening test of the samples of the soil under the various temperatures. Uh, this is an essence from the data in laboratory test. There is a significant line that contrast between the sea veneer and the temperature, but the find the veneer changes little and has a low upphase correcting with the temperature. In a group 1 and 2, and the moisture content of the soil is lower, so that the veneer of the S1 and S2 increase with the temperature rising, showing the temperature depending on the strength. But in other the two groups, and the moisture content of the soil is higher, so the veneer decreases with the increased temperature, showing the similar the shifting on the strength. But the S3 meaning the contact is higher. C veneer decreases with the increased temperature, showing the symmetrical spreading on the strength. The third, after the temperature share desire of the color is the closing related to the soil moisture, contact and density. In compliance, the soil moisture is a more synthetical fact than the dry distance is. I think reflection. I think the effect of the temperature on soil's variant, the veneer can be enjoyed, and the effect of the temperature on the soil phi should be considered. The veneer will be increased or decreased when the temperature rings. It is depend on the climate areas, moisture, and the dye distance. Using the data, we can expect the constant relationship between the temperature and the and the shared strength. The second part reflects over temperature on surrounding over cloud soil. You will find the test that in library test and are different simple length and the increase of the same the expression S1, S2, S3 the that you will find from the picture too. And then I draw this picture to reflect this date change. Essence. At the same sample group and some temperatures, it will be found that three the load surrounding the road of the soil samples are S1, S2, S3. With the same moisture, it will be found that the road increase with the increasing of the density. With the same density, it will be found that the road decays with the increase of the moisture. With the increasing of the temperature, the lower the swelling the road of each group of the samples are substantially line the increased extent, but the rate of the growth is different. Reflection from the data of the effect of the temperature on swelling of accredited soil below that the confidence of the soil experiments range the alpha is 0.001 to 0.006. So I think the temperature effect that swelling of the soil slope should be considered. Slope the eroding leads to be considered the impact of the temperature on the geometry of the boundary chain. Second part, effect over K with the change of the temperature. You will find the date in library test. You will find from the picture one, and then I change this date to the picture to reflect the, the temperature and the chart of the soil samples very clearly. I sense the that with the same temperature and the down test, the soil's property coefficient S1, S2, and S3 are inversely proportional to the contact of the soil's max the lower the lambda mirror from S1, S2, S3, with the temperature range from the 5 to 45. The temperature comfort of the soil S1, S2, and S3 are subsistent land growth, but the growth spreads are different. Application of the S2 increased by the order of magnitude from this date, and the projection comfort of the SC also increased by about 1.5 times. However, projected comfort of S3 changes not upwards, only increased 22 cm 1 second per second. Reflection in the last boring ascensions first content only the effect of temperature change on the stability of the slope and then consider the temperature of the street coupling. From the axis of the data, we can see the temperature effect on the property is not more like the sample grouped as to measurements of the water soil on the temperature effect. You will find this data in library test using S1, S2, S3 the sample. Then I change it to this picture. You will find the date change very clearly. This is the date about the length of the three types of cloud soil at various temperature. And this is the liquid length of the second picture is the liquid length of the soil at various temperature. And the S3 is the plucked length of the soil at various temperatures. We will find the cracks caused by the changes in soil temperature. The temperature change will speed up the cracking of the soil. Cracks will speed up the water impact of the slopeability, slope the body, and reduce the strength of the slope. Soil cracks are related to the serious facts, temperature, moisture, etc., and there are a lot too many critics research on temperature and soil crack. And the effect of the cracks on slope stability is a complete question. So, with the beginning of this research, we insert this fact Body conductions and some proper depends on rhythmical oscillation. I said this sloped spur molding using the commercial software. You will find this sloped is 6 meters, and you will find it is 15 degree, and this is the topography of the surface temperature. And from this, you will find a shallow group to reflect with the temperature change. The fluid in front decrease with increase of the depth. And the second, you will find that we researcher created the depth difference. The geometry series is constant from the 10 to 45. The 63 is the equations of the temperature change. Or this is the content in question, and this is very difficult. And I asked for some help from the other major student, and they gave me some help and read some papers. I said this demonstration had the conduction inquiry. Uh, yeah, thank you for your time.